Hey everyone, good evening. Welcome to my book review. I'm going to be doing a book review of Anne of Green Gables. It's written by Lucy Maud Montgomery, and I discovered this book for free on Reddit. Reddit has a subreddit called Free eBooks, and you can go find them. Reddit has not paid me anything to say this, but if you read obsessively and excessively like me, that's where you can find free ebooks. I found some great titles that I can't wait to read. I got all the 8 books, all the 8 titles of Under Anne of Green Gables for free. I'm currently on my second book, but this is the review of the first book, Anne of Green Gables. Anne is an orphan girl adopted by this brother and sister, Matthew and Marilla. They were supposed to adopt a boy, but adopt by mistake, get sent this girl and decide to adopt her anyway. Anne is full of life. She has this energy that can't be contained. And everything in this book is so lively. Like when you're reading it, you can imagine everything around you. It's like you're transported to Green Gables yourself. And while you're walking, you can see the Lake of Shining Mirror. And I hope I'm getting it right, but you under the stars, under the trees, the apple blossoms, the cherry blossoms. It's like it's all in there. It's all around you. I didn't expect the book to make such a huge time leap. Anne of Green Gables is set from 11 years to 16 years of Anne's life, and I didn't quite expect that, because I was hoping to kind of slowly read into this girl's life, but it did not happen. But I'm not disappointed, because there are 7 more books that can keep me entertained, so I'm not disappointed. Everything around you is suddenly brightened up because you're reading this book and suddenly you're like, oh my gosh, that tree is so beautiful. Why didn't I ever notice that? And the fallen leaves, the freshly cut grass, everything becomes so beautiful as you're reading this book. Hallmark should totally make this movie. I know Netflix has a show, but why didn't Hallmark make this a movie? It's a really feel-good movie. And I absolutely loved it. And I'm going to get to the part where why Hallmark didn't make this a movie, because when I was first reading it, I was like, yeah, Hallmark should make this movie. But yeah, I'll get on that later. And the fierceness of this character reminded me of Josephine March. If anyone has not read the book Little Women, this book reminded me so much of Josephine March and Amy March. The fierceness of the character and the determination of the character transported me back there to that book, reminding me of how Mama March used to always tell Josephine that when she was a little girl, she was like Josephine. And suddenly I was like, maybe Anne is Josephine's mom. Maybe she is Mama March. And this book makes you cry at one moment, and then immediately in the next paragraph, you're smiling. You're smiling year to year. Anne touches every single person's life that she walks into. Marilla and Matthew, obviously, because they adopted her, but also Miss Barry and Josephine, Diane's aunt, and her parents. I mean, Miss Barry wouldn't even let her come, and then when Anne took care of Diane's little sister, she was just apologize. She didn't even have to apologize. They just let her. She's like, if you need anything, you can come over, type situation. And Miss Rachel, she was the one who was opposed to this. And then at the end of the day, she told Marilla that she couldn't have made a better choice than adopting Anne. And probably that was the best decision in Matthew's and Marilla's life overall. I mean, Matthew himself says that. And it's just amazing how many lives she touches and changes. It's also it's also very wonderful to see that children in Anne's class did not alienate her. Though the boys are making fun of you, I guess that's like a childhood thing where kids make tease each other, boys and girls. But other than that, you don't see anyone calling her an orphan girl or making fun of her. Everyone is encouraging her, calling her beautiful. Oh, you have such beautiful hair, you have such beautiful face, you have such beautiful imagination. No one is shutting her down. Everyone is encouraging her. Even the pastor, the pastor's wife, her teacher, everyone is so encouraging. And you wouldn't think that so many people would want to help this one girl. But that's the kind of impact that this girl has on everyone else in her life. And my favorite moments are when Anne dyes her hair. I would want to watch them. After reading this book, now I sort of want to go back and watch the Netflix show just to see if they really dyed Anne's hair into green. It's absolutely hilarious to think that 11-year-old or 13-year-old girl would do that. Also, my favorite moment is when Marilla tells Anne that she can go to the Queen's classes to study. And then at that moment you knew Marilla and Matthew are going to do anything to get this girl educated, and she's going to go and just make them so proud and go travel the world probably. And then it's just so sad that she never got to do any of that. And there are so many types of love in the world, and Matthew's love for Anne is a special type. It deserves a special place there. It wasn't a dad-daughter kind of love that you see in everyday books. It was more than that. This was a girl that he adopted. And especially the chapter where he sets out to find a beautiful dress with the special sleeves for her. And it made me cry and then laugh at the same time, because he had no idea what he was going to do. And he had no idea what he was going for. So it was really nice of him to do that. And she made everyone proud, and she actually put in the effort. She just didn't say, okay, just because they're saying I'm going to study, but she worked hard, even though it was because of her rivalry with this boy. But she worked hard, she studied, and when she gets the scholarship, I was like, yes, girl, go get them. It was a totally feminist moment for me. Like, she beat everyone. She's a girl who came from nowhere. She didn't have education until she came to Marilla and Matthew, and now she's conquering the world. It felt like that. And then I knew it was too good to last, and I was sobbing at 1 p.m. in the afternoon when Matthew died. I couldn't bear it. I know it was coming, because Matthew and Marilla are not exactly young. They are old, and but it still came such a surprise to me. I hoped that he would last 2 more books, but how she sacrifices, how she lets go of everything so that she could stay back with Marilla. It just reminds me of everything that every woman had to do, and will do probably. And not just women, even men sacrifice, but somehow it reminded me of how every mom, every daughter has to sacrifice all of this. And it's like, at that moment it felt so special, but then it all came crashing down. Like, of course she's expected to do that, even if she was an adopted child. Matthew and Marilla still made her feel very special. So it was a totally rewarding moment for the entire family. They are a family. And that is how book 1 ended. Hope to come back with book 2. Bye, everyone.